Okay, hi. Good evening. It's Vikram, Chief Architect, Moola Technologies and Bluebricks. With me is Ashish, uh, Key Architect of Service Guard and Next Bank. So in this demo, we are going to do two things. First is we're going to look at the two-way SSL, which is basically the mutual authentication way using digital certificate. So how easy it is to do. So in the first thing, what we're going to do is that we're going to look at the configuration of the access policy. Then how do we configure the partner cert? And lastly, we'll show you a demo of how it gets used in the SSL actually in action. Yeah. So let's get started. So first thing first is what we would like to show you is that that in the uh, in the resources part, I have the sorry, it's a bit slow, but I have the resource that I've imported. Now, what is resource? Is basically it's the WSDL or the WADL or the internal resource that you want to expose it out. Now, they could be of different types: HTTP, ISO, reverse proxy, and all. So in this example, we are doing the XPay resource, which is being exported out, yeah, or transformed and exported out. So over here, if you see, this is the particular online WSDL, and then I can actually look at what is the management part. Anyway, we won't get into the micro details of it. Then on the other hand is that we have the access point that is being exposed, um, and over here you will see the transformed enriched WSDL that is being exposed out. So it could be WSDL, which is a SOAP, and WADL, which is the uh, RESTful API, JSON APIs. Yeah, so if you see over here, this is it. So I can actually come over here. If I want to do transform and enrich, I can do that. And then what I'll do is I will not go into micro part. I'll straight away show you this thing. Now the other part which I want to show you is the certificates which are for the partners. Yeah, now over here, if I am giving the certificate of mine to the user or to the partner, I can download it and give it to them from here. Otherwise, I go to the key and the so over here, if you see, it's downloaded. So I'm not going to do the micro details of how it's done. I'm just showing you that where is the option, and then this is the place where we do the key and cert management. Now this is for the certificates that are being given to the, or these are the certificates which will import from the this thing. Ashish, yeah, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. So over here, I'm just doing that. So if you see over here, the Ashish has his certificate that is being populated, right? So if you see that, yeah, this is the screen where I have the test and the this thing, and I also have the cert which is managed over here. Yeah, so that is for the developer. Okay, now we will go to the UI, which is the dashboard. I won't talk about the dashboard right now. So now in this scenario, the certificate is being enabled, and the WSDL that is being exposed should have the give an error if the certificate is not present. So that means if this certificate is not present or produced by the partner system, then it will give an error. If it is present, then it will go ahead, it will proceed. Yeah, so let's quickly go to the to a demo sample app that we have made. Ashish, can you just open the your IDE, your NetBean, and show us the sample code? Yeah, Ashish, I think no, they can't hear you. It's only I have to talk. It's the recording on my screen. Na? Okay. So okay, please go on. So I will explain together with Ashish. So we are going to the NetBean, which is basically one of the IDs. So it could be anything from C Sharp or Java code or any other piece of code. And over here we are taking Java. So these are the two places where we have specified the key. That means the key which has the key store and also the trusted store. So in my Java code, what I'm doing is I'm basically initiating a connection to the server where I'm specifying that what certificate that I would like to use when I'm talking with the server. So that is the basically the two-way handshake, meaning that I am trusted by the server for a specific certificate, which is ash over here. Sorry, and that is where I will get it going, right? So this is my particular key store file that I will have, and then I will have my password given, and then I will be able to use this to make a connection to the server and call the web service APIs. Yeah. So please, Ashish, can we run it and show them, or can you just go down and show where it is actually initiating the call, the web service call? Yeah. So we are looking at the code. Okay. So this is where you see this, the whole, the SSL connection is being made, and yeah, this is the particular line, right? Where I say initiate, and in that initiate, I will basically be calling the, the key store as well as the trust store. Yeah. And then if when we go down, we will be basically making a new connection. So now let's run it. लंबा हो रहा है, छोटा करते हैं, है ना? Okay. So now we are running it, and we will get to see the output, which will be success in this case, because the certificate provided is valid. Yeah, so as you can see, we have just called an open session and we have got the value. So now what Ashish will do is that he will comment out the cert. That means we are not giving any cert to the server, and we are just trying to create a connection with the server. So it's basically saying null. That means I don't have any cert. I don't know, and now we are trying to make the connection. Ashish, can you just show where you have imported the WSDL? So if you see over here, this is where the WSDL is being imported, and he is calling the open session API of XPay GDT WSDL, the transform WSDL. Yeah, okay. So let's run it, and now this should give an error because the certificate or the partner or the client certificate is not being given or produced to the server. So the two-way handshake should fail. As you can see over here, the handshake has failed, and it is very clearly stating that you are offering invalid or empty certificate. So meaning that if the certificate was given wrong, that means if it was not one which is issued for a specific partner, it will be an error. If you don't produce a certificate, it will also be an error. So this particular demo clearly shows the two-way I would say authentication, which is being done using digital certificate in Nextbank/service card. Yeah. Now we are going to the second part, which is where we're going to show you the API catalog. And essentially what it means is that we import, enrich or transform APIs, and we also add the protection. Yeah. So first step is import the resource, second step is enrich or transform, protect, and the third one is expose it out. Yeah. So let me quickly get back. So Ashish, let's go to the service guard screen. Yeah. And now over there, as we showed you, the XPay GDT WSDL is being imported, and we will quickly show you where the cert option is being enabled, and then you can see that the WSDL is being transformed and exposed out. Yeah. So this is the transform WSDL which is being exposed out. Yeah. And now let's go to the service guard management. Yeah, so this is what we are looking at now: importing it, then enriching it, and then exposing it out. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So as you would see that this particular developer had this thing. So let's just go to the resource. Yeah. Yeah. So Ashish, do you have any other? Okay, so now the WSDL is already imported because we have wanted to show you the demo. Now these are all the APIs. So if you look at the API names, can you just go back, Ashish? You look at the API names as well as the parameters. Now what we do is that we actually change, or we give you the flexibility, or the system gives you the flexibility of changing the name of the APIs, changing the the parameters that are over there, and also making them visible or hidden. So you have complete control of what are the APIs that you want to give it to your partners or give it to your businesses, or what are the APIs you want to hide. Yeah. Ashish, can you go back to that screen? uh, yeah, edit transform, right? Yeah, okay. So the word transform, what it means is that it actually allows you to create or hide or change anything that you want. So as you see in the screen is what Ashish is showing us is that we have all the APIs listed over here, the parameters listed over here. You can also specify the description. You can also say what is the enrichment implementation, meaning that what particular class of code or what particular piece of code that will be called when we do the enrichment part. So that means you can actually add any extra business logic that you want inside this, and then obviously you can transform the API. So we will not go into micro details of this, but what we'll do is that now we'll go to the dashboard which is available for the partners, which is essentially for the catalogs that are made available. Catalogs are nothing but the list of APIs that will be made available to the partners based on the group they are in, and they will be able to enjoy that. They will be able to enjoy the sandbox, they will be able to enjoy the the whole experience of the documentation, as well as calling APIs and listing everything. So please, can we go over there? Okay, so now let's just go up and show that where are the list of services. So this is the catalog, or this is the dashboard that the so we have just given the name of ready APIs. You can give any name that you want, and this is the place where all the listed services will be made available. So which could be from payments to ATM services to client segmentation, marketing, whatever you want to expose. Now what we have done is we have exposed it for XPay, the payment platform, and now over here you see is all the list of APIs that are over there. So you can actually get the brief, you can get everything. What we want to show you more importantly is the test feature and also the performance feature. So Ashish, can you just show them a quick dashboard of the performance of today, and also then we go to the test. So can we just show them the performance part of the APIs that you're testing? Yeah, so just show them the yeah, okay. So let's just look at no, I think let's look at today's performance, not the months, as we just set up the okay, sorry, I think we can't show it right now. It normally gathers the data after 24 hours, so it's not available, but I think all the graphs and charts you can see over here. But so I think let's more importantly, let's go to the test part. Now as we are going to the test part, this is basically the sandboxing part, and the partner or their developers can actually come over here, and they will be able to test the APIs based on the parameters that are being given. Now we can actually have a flow where the partner can do the tests, they can submit the particular input, basically whatever they have tested with, to you as a bank, as a owner. You can vet the input, what they have given, and then based on that you can give them access to the production. So over here what we'll do is that, so if you see over here, Ashish, can you click on APIs where the V2 is there? Yeah, yeah. So both, again, SOAP and RESTful, both are made available. So you can actually use either JSON way of doing things or SOAP XML way of doing things. Yeah. So if you see over here, if I go down, these are all the parameters that I need to make the web service call. So it's over there, and if you go further down, Ashish, we can show the that the all the documentation is also available. Yeah. And this particular sandboxing is quite smart. So if let's say there is a particular error, it can also show you what is the error. And so in this case, as you see the error, it also gives you the time when it has responded, and also you can copy and then also show that. Now again, what you see over here is because the certificate is not being used, because it's from a dashboard, so it is throwing back the same error saying that the certificate was not provided, which is correct. Now what you see over here is, again, all the documentation for every API is dynamically being created and shown over here. So the partner or the person who's testing it out doesn't need to go anywhere else. They can just look at the documentation right over here, and then understand the documentation or what inputs they need to give, and then act on it. Yeah. And I think Ashish, can you just go up down here, the catalog part? So again, invoicing, subscription, reports, all these other features, videos. Again, videos will show you what kind of features are available, how do you test, how do you use the sandbox, and how to use all the other features of the dashboard. So this particular system is very much dynamic in nature. I would say 80 to 90% is dynamic in nature, and then this can give you very good advantage of rolling out new services which have different versions, and also in a way that giving you ability to do sandbox testing as well as token assignment. We haven't talked about it, but that's also part of that, where each service and token can be issued to the partner and to the API, and then they can use that. So all those facilities and features are inbuilt here, so you don't need to really engage with the partners, and kind of spend a lot of time in onboarding them. This particular portal is self-driven, and you can provide it to fintechs, regtechs, and any other company, and then they can do the job. Yeah. So with this, we don't want to make it too long. I think it's already a bit long, but what we have shown you is how do you import, transform, and also the new web service that's exposed. And also on the other part was the two-way SSL. That is also what we have showcased over here. Yeah. So thank you so much, and we hope we get to work together on this particular project. Yeah. Thank you.